Amiguitos, buenas tardes. Tengo que cambiar, no me gusta el buenas tardes, ¿sabes? Sean bienvenidos una vez más a mis problemas que les cuento. A mi canal, el video de Hellblade de... Iba a decir de esta semana, pero no. El video de Hellblade que estás a punto de ver está a punto de comenzar en 3, 2, en blanco. Hola amiguitos, buenas tardes. Que la verga. Como si a todos les dijera buenas tardes. Seas bienvenido una vez más a mi canal. Espero hayas dado clic aquí porque quieres ver el video hasta el final. Y recuerda que los que vean el video hasta el final sacarán 10 en la escuela o en su conteo de espermas. Entonces, esperemos que salga bien tu conteo. Y si no, pues quédate hasta el final para que mínimo tengas 10 asegurados. Vale, entonces vamos a iniciar con esto. Nos quedamos después de haber derrotado a... ¿Era Narvan? Valraven. Y después de haber derrotado a Surtur. Y creo que vamos en camino a por Hela. No creo que sea tan rápido o tan sencillo, pero pues vamos a ver qué pasa, ¿no? Tengo que subir más las manos. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Y pues si quieres ver qué pasa, quédate para el video, ¿vale? Entonces, iniciamos. Continuar. Ok. Valraven. In any case.
A ver allá.
Ok. Sí, eso está detenido y esto se está moviendo aquí. Entonces, todo bien. ¿Qué quedamos que es?
Cerecitas.
¿Pero de las rojas?
De acuerdo.
¿Qué son galletitas? ¿Me tocó una galleta? No, no son cerezas, es como amaretto. Ok. No me gustó. Iniciamos con esto. ¿Cómo corría? Así corría. Eso pasa si cambias de juego a juego.
O sea que se cayó esto o qué. ¿Dónde estás?
Después de la pelea con él.
No has llegado a la puerta principal para Hela.
No. Entonces de hecho creo que era para allá, ¿no? Porque... Sí, yo creo que era para acá porque ahí peleé.
No, eso también está abierto. De aquí vienes, ¿no?
No llegué por aquí.
Sí, porque aquí son los árboles donde...
No, llegué por el otro lado, ¿no te acuerdas que te dije? Mira un cráneo de mamut.
Tienes que salir
¿Ah, sí?
del bosque, ¿no? Llegaste por aquí.
Pero entonces por el otro lado también había entrado. Vayan a ver el capítulo anterior y me dicen si ya había pasado por ahí o no. De hecho hace... Sí, un capítulo.
Los espero.
Y pónganle pausa a este.
No sé si allá, porque ahí está como la cabeza esa de...
Del halconcín. Pero ya había pasado por ahí. Ve dónde está abierta la puerta. Ok.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And as she saw them, elusive, shifting
Bueno, eso no es estar mal.
After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. The trees, the mountains, caves.
Sí estás saliendo, ¿no?
Creo que sí, pero ahorita ya anda medio alucinando. Aquí es por donde vi la primera vez el cuerpo. ¿Qué pasó ahí?
Claro, fue la primera puerta por la que
Ajá.
entraste ese hoyo, ¿no?
O sea, pasé toda la noche en este desmadre, ¿verdad? Eso de desenfoque de repente sí aturde.
I wonder. Can you see the faces too? They're there. If you look for them.
Como en la cascada, ¿no?
Pues igual y sí. ¿Habrá habido una cara ahí donde se puso medio raro todo esto?
Quién sabe.
Porque cuando me acerqué a la cara, ¿te acuerdas que también se puso así como que medio raro? Y justo cuando estaba pasando por aquí también se vio así. No. Bueno. Ah, bueno, yo creo que estaba aquí.
Senua, you have the sight, just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the
Sí está bien mal, ¿no?
souls within it will see you.
Sí,
Don't
¿cómo
be
te comiste
afraid
dos?
when I speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother.
No se parecía a nada ahí.
She was
Galina.
a priestess. A healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful.
O sea,
¿No llegaste por aquí,
Time
sí?
before
Sí.
the darkness. But when it
Oye.
did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world.
pues no sé, pero este tipo
Like
de
she's still
juego
watching over.
daría,
Misses her so much.
daría mucho juego para algo de terror. ¿Está lloviendo?
Está bien lejos la salida, ¿no?
Sí. Estaba más cerca la del otro, güey.
Y vas a pelear seguro, ¿no? Sabemos.
Sí. De hecho, sí. No me acordaba. ¿Cómo? A ver. Pegaba con esto, bloqueaba con esto. Y creo que aturdía con esto.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Que conducen a...
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
Se abrió muy fácil. Siempre estuvo abierta.
No, porque la tocó ahí.
Ah, sí, se andaba muriendo.
It's so dark. It's dark. The darkness. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell.
Solo he muerto una vez y es porque me quemé. Sí, ¿no? Solo he muerto una vez. Una quemada y la otra. A golpes no.
Pero
¿Quién?
al principio creo.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Aquí.
You?
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me? back in the wilds.
¿Surtur?
I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow.
What?
And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Ay, no he escuchado bien, ¿no? Dillion. Y no se tendría que estar escuchando doble.
Nightmare. Where all dreams come true. You searched for control.
O sea, ¿qué pinche pedo tienen los dioses conmigo?
When you were in
No está
love,
pintada.
you left him in
Está
tears
chiquito.
to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt. By your darkness within. You fought for your dreams.
Solo hicieron el güey.
Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
Chaval.
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Es que ella es celta y está en tierras nórdicas, ¿no?
No sé si sea celta.
Es que por el símbolo que ella trae, así, el de la etiqueta. Aparte está acabando con los dioses que no son los de ella.
Darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death.
Sí, ya está enojado.
And you wanted to surrender. Abandon him to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your
Ah, el
quest.
puente.
There is nothing else left.
Era para entrar al puente, es cierto.
Ah, decía el puente que conduce a...
Pero no me acordaba qué puente.
Pues el único que habíamos visto.
¿Qué se mueve Jensen?
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
He can read. Do it. Close.
Why suffer the past when there is a new world ahead? The only one that makes sense.
Stop them. Finish this. Finish him.
¿Te puedes dar uno? ¿No?
He's hurt. There's blood.
Oh,
Bien.
muy bien. No sabía que podía hacer eso. Agarra eso.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another change.
Ah, su puta madre. Ay, güey, no, no. Muévete. Güey, ¿así gratuito? ¿Tú quién eres? ¿Que tú quién eres?
She's injured. She can still do it. She won't make it. Yeah, she's scared. No one cares. End it. End it now. This is nearly the end. Use your sword. Do it.
Sí,
Behind you.
es otro.
Pretty capable. Remember your training. Better fight. He's gone.
Es que
Anticipate.
pensé que me podía mover atrás de él, pero no. Uy. ¿Qué? No escucho nada. Ay, me está llorando mi ojo. Ya.
It's nearly over. Finish it.
Yo no había apretado eso. Uf. Oh, de repente sí pensé que mataban. Ok, allí pensé que era una puerta, pero no. Ah. No. Ah, no, sí es una puerta. Pensé que no era ninguna puerta. Ok, bueno, ahorita ya me van a pedir que busque. Esta no lo puedo abrir, está por el otro lado. Muy bien, acá hay algo. Vamos a ver esto. ¿Qué necesitamos? Estas tres. Ok. Aquí no habrá ninguna.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
¿Ya no vas a hablar? No.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
O sea, lo mismo, ¿no? Ah, ya, ok. No puedo bajar. Ahí también va a haber pleito. ¿Voy a ir primero?
No, pues las. Hasta la X.
Pero le he de ver desde cierto punto. Desde aquí abajo. Ok, X. Ese. Tiene que estar sencillo realmente.
No, porque se empiezan a poner las letras.
Cuando estoy cerca de uno, ¿no?
Puede ser que sea más adelante.
Aquí esto está abierto. Esto está cerrado. Voy para acá. Pensé que iba a haber pleito aquí. ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué me quieres enseñar? Ah, espera. Escaleras. Ok. Que se hubieran quitado estas, hubiera estado todo. Ok, subiendo ya puedo ver eso desde otro ángulo. que me va a dar la de la izquierda, no la S. Me va a dar el de la casita. Mira. ¿No? Ese. Y el otro desde el otro lado. No sé si desde aquí.
Arriba.
Está aquí. Sí, del otro lado hay una.
Vas a subir y esto te va a hacer el
Desde arriba.
destrozado.
¿Y esa escalerita de aquí a la izquierda?
Pues para irte.
Ok, eso ya está abierto. No, esta de aquí.
Sí.
Mira, aquí hay una.
Baja.
Ah, es para eso. Ahí no creo poder ir. No puedo ir más rápido. Y siempre anda como con la mirada perdida. ¿Ah?
Oh, Senua. Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
Okay. Es como cuando Peter ve la cara de Tony, ¿no? En el... Es que lo veo en todas partes. Hola. Caballito. Bueno, entonces sí se... Determinamos que sí... Bueno, determinamos antes que sí era la cabeza de su vato, ¿no? Tocó el vato. Oye. Eso está chido.
HELA possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls.
Este es el papá.
High are her gates.
Y el otro será la
The
mamá.
name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre.
Hambre y hambruna.
She is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh.
La de HELA.
And her face, menacing and grim.
Ya tengo muchos. Bueno. ¿Crees que haya perdido alguno? No, sí he buscado bien. Este ya está abierto. Señor. Más mira. Hola, está potente la tormenta. Bueno, salgan. Sal. Es todo lo que tienes. Uy, ese sí sufrió, ¿no? No te voy a sacar, mija.
The gate. It's opening.
The gates are... ¿Encuentra HELA por primera vez?
It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's HELA.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
Por primera vez. ¿Qué sí?
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it.
And dance with the devil. Dun, 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 dun.
Get up.
Sex and
Get
drugs.
up and fight.
Se le puso espada y está horrible. Pick up your weapons and fight. En sus entrañas.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
Ahí no dices.
She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking?
Ok.
Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be? Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Oh, es un navajazo.
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on.
Ok. Uy, pero si era bien diferente esa que los otros dos, ¿no?
When you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on? Is it really so
Su
rude
brazo.
to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
Ah, su cara, no mames.
It's true. It's real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it?
Not like this.
Entonces sí la alcanzó a pegar. O se cortó con su propia espada cuando se rompió.
Maybe you're already dead.
Who are
Huh?
you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead.
Somos nosotros. The Police. ¿Qué?
Every breath you.
Come to me.
La de A Message in a Bottle. Eso podría ser una P.
The light.
¿No ve una tormenta?
It's him. He is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. What's happening? Go towards it.
¿Qué dijo el último?
Ve así.
Ah, pero si estabas bien calientita.
Es que me tiraron del punto.
De aquí, sí podría subir, ¿eh? Sí, sí podría subir. No creo que haya nada así como secretivo, ¿eh?
¿Cómo qué?
Secretín.
No hay objetos ni esas cosas.
No hice una de estas estelas. Pero sí estaba más fea esa vieja.
There it is. It's Dylan. He's gone. You were so slow. How could you keep going? How could you keep going? Ignore the pain. I told
Ay, no
you.
mames, qué pedo.
Tricked you.
Déjenme en paz.
I told you. Where are you going? Up. See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others.
Oh,
Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's
Symbol.
inbel made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
ese sí podría ser uno, ¿no?
Puedes subir ahí, ¿no? Para ver desde arriba.
¿En dónde? ¿Aquí? Ah, yo creo que es para allá. Ah, es para allá. ¿Y para acá?
Tal vez hay algunas piedras.
Ah, una cara.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted,
Pececito.
like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home. It does not ask you to swim against it.
Ay, la madre, se echa para atrás así. Ah, lo que te iba a decir, el de hace rato, el que me hablaba. ¿Llegaste a ver la película de la bruja? A Black Phillip.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
De León. Ah, está bien pinche lejos.
The lone figure of a boy. Sword play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted.
Pues un pedazo.
For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Pero sí no creo que aguante un.
Where is he? He's there. Where is he? He's there. Under the tree. You can see him.
No, voy a tener que correr.
You have to keep Dillian is waiting for you. Keep going.
¿Unas piedras?
Ah, sí. ¿Entonces no habrá dejado ninguno?
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund.
Freud.
His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, But when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Ok, vamos por esa espada. Me va a pedir unas runas, ¿no? ¿Voy primero allá o...?
Tienes que ir al árbol, ¿no?
No sé. Es que mira, también por allá hay algo. Escalera.
¿Cómo podrías pelear si no tienes eso?
Pero igual y no me aparece nada hasta que... ¿Y eso? No creo poder llegar. Igual y si me he saltado unas, porque es la que sigue.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain.
Es que se tardó mucho en
But the
seguir.
king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Ok. ¿Quién sigue por aquí?
Porque te está diciendo que deberías hacer, ¿no? Yo creo. Conseguir miel. Esa no era otra, ¿no?
Ese de ahí, igual y sí del otro lado. ¿No ves rostros tampoco? Ok, a ver, vamos a revisar aquí. Ah, es para dar la vuelta. Ok. Puedo dejar el de buscando a Hela, Realmente la encontré. ¿Aquí no puedo subir?
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by sickness.
Ok.
So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick.
Es una estrella.
Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following?
Décimo meridio.
Not even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
Sí tiene ojos de loquita.
What's your name?
Senwa.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words.
Okay, bien.
That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were.
Ok.
That there's nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up!
Y la gaviota en un palo ahí, así como que. ¿Qué pedo?
Dos gaviotas, sí.
Is that you?
Ay, mira.
I'll find you, man. I promise.
Hay que seguirla, dice.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Delia? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign. A tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
Está apagado. Ahí hay otro. Esto es como una boca, ¿no?
No, estos se van a prender o algo.
¿Pero si ves que esto es como una boca?
No, porque así solían poner piedras separadas.
Bueno. ¿Y qué dirá toda otra vez?
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the warrior and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Los enterró vivos, no los quemó vivos.
Sí. Ahí está la continuación.
Vas a encontrar a Sigmund.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Sí, me dejé esos tres.
¿Te dejaste estas dos?
Sí. No, todavía podría regresar, creo. Por aquí, ¿no? Ah, iba al mismo lugar. Hola. Espada rica. Rico. Pollo. Gallina.
Hacerlo de las tres cosas.
1, 2, 3. Hicieran bocas.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree of death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it.
Focus.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus.
Ok, ¿eso lo dejamos para el siguiente? Sí, mira, estoy a 5.
Get closer.
Ok, entonces amiguitos, espero que les haya gustado mucho. Espero que estén ansiosos de ver qué sigue en el próximo capítulo. Nos vemos el día de pasado mañana, porque mañana viene Ori, ¿vale? Entonces dejen su apoyo si quieren ver más Senua y ver qué pasa en lo que viene de la historia, ¿vale? Un abrazo a todos, un besote y bye.